Looks like it's about to rain again. And I was gonna basically work on this Cherimoya tree here. Planted from seed uh, back in 2012. And it's been struggling. And I think basically look at the difference between this Cherimoya tree here and this one here. So this one has full of leaves. This one is like something wrong with the leaves, no leaves. So look at that. So there's also a branch dieback as well. I did graft as well, a lot of quite a few branches on it too. So it's been struggling. So the branches took, but it you see this here's a graft line. It took, but it just some of them has died back on these branches. So I think what happened too is that look at the layer of mulch. So I had wood chips again. I did like what I did in the back yard there, where I piled like about a foot or so, a foot or two on these cherimoya tree. So you can see there, it's basically I did have put a pot, protect the pot around the base of the trunk, but I think over time what happened is that the gopher might have disturbed the mulch, and it probably got inside the pot, and I guess it's probably, I'm guessing, my hypothesis is that the wood chips is against the tree color, and you know the root flare is pretty much all covered up, and the trunk is probably probably there's some kind of rot, might be some kind of rot from all the rain that we're getting. So I was gonna try to do some work around this area, excavate the tree color, remove some of the wood chips, but looks like it's raining right now. So you can see the rain there. So, and that is my mango. I'm protecting it from the wet rain. That solution seems to be working really well, despite all despite the wind, the strong wind. It's still holding on. So it didn't flew off. It didn't fly away at all. So it's too bad I can't. I'll just have to wait for the rain to stop to go and work in this area. So the other thing is that it might be competing. So the fruits, it's been struggling that I have not got any good fruits on it at all for the past maybe 5-6 years. So the first few years, I think twice, first 2 years I got fruits, but after that it's just struggling. So I better do something about the tree roots, the tree color, and do some root excavation there to expose the root flares. And so the other issue is this palm tree is actually right next to it's like maybe 3-4 foot away from the cherimoya tree. So I think it might be competing with it too. So I think it might be competing for resources. So I have not done any fertilization on the tree at all. It's absolutely zero fertilization. So I don't think it's a fertilizer that's causing the problem or lack of nutrients. So the first thing I want to do is to basically address the root flares. So I want to expose that in the mulch, and see when I excavate the root flares, I want to check for any kind of root girdling as well, because that is a major problem when you have too much mulch piled up against the trunk of the tree. Okay, so I'm suspecting there issues with the roots. My theory is that let's see, this is the roots area. There's a root probably root issues with the too much moisture up against the trunk. So see, when I planted this, initially planted this and put the mulch in, I basically had this black pot against it so that it won't get to the trunk. But let's see here, this clovers, there's a lot of clover here. And so, ooh, this is interesting. What the hell is that? Okay, so, that's interesting. I don't know what kind of mushroom this is here. So it is up against the trunk of the tree here. So you see, that doesn't look good here. Okay, so let me see. You can see that. So I'm not seeing the root flares at all. So I will basically need to remove all this junk in this area. I'm gonna expose the root flares. Otherwise, this tree is gonna die. And then the mushroom. So I need to do some remove all these. This was basically compost, a mixture of compost and wood chip. So right now it looks like all these roots are just roots from the palm. I don't see roots from these this Cherimoya tree at all. Okay, it looks like the rain has been going on and off for the last few hours. So I guess that's why it's a tropical rainstorm. I think this is there's two roots here, two types of root. This one is from the palm tree. This one is definitely from this one is the Cherimoya. Palm tree roots is here. So this is the Cherimoya. going. Is it an ingrown roots? I don't know. I'll just cut it. All right, so this is very interesting because with all the rain that we got, looks like the water didn't get saturated down to where it's needed, which is the roots of the Cherimoya. So you see on top is black, wet. There, black, that's the rainwater, and then down there is pretty much dry beneath it. See? So winter rainwater seems like it's not enough for this much mulch. Like, I think I had like a foot of mulch around it. So this is probably the reason why the Cherimoya tree didn't even get enough water down towards the roots. So that might be the problem. And then here we have, looks like mold growing, wet mold. Mushroom growing against it, and then it's creating a problem, rotting issues for the trunk. So in essence, the water and nutrients can't get up to the leaves. That's why the leaves are really small and not enough leaves. And then some of the branch has died back because like some of these the grafting took, but started to die back as well on the branch. So this is probably the issues. And there's the fruits is very small, if any. So hopefully this will address the issues. This will help rescue this tree. Okay, a lot of digging here, and see, pretty much right here it's all dry, only wet on top layer, not much. And then right here, I think this was planted like 10 years ago from seed, and so I basically picked it's a store-bought fruit that I like, so I just planted from seed. And look at this. That was the mold. You see this here is creating a rot here because of this mold. Okay. Right there. So let's see. So when I planted this, I did have this layer of protections, when I did the mulch, but it doesn't look like that's enough. You see, I'm not even seeing the root flares at all. Okay, so root flare is not there. See, somehow there's a mulch just, oh yeah, also the little coconut there from the palm, that's also contributing to the issues too. So I'm gonna have to clear it. You can see that it's already starting to soak in a lot of water. So it needs to stay dry. The cambium needs to stay dry, otherwise it's not going to be able to transport the energy, the water and the nutrients properly. And then for these to photosynthesize into sucrose, and the sucrose is not going to transfer down to the roots, so that's a problem. And then there's not enough watering, along the drip lines. it's basically the trunk is getting wet, which is not the right way of watering it.